welcome to CSL RV and Unity of Medford. If you'd like to stand, we'd love that so you can sing our opening song with us, and we've got words today. Woo!
I am as God created me, in the light, in the love, in the glory. I am as God created me, in the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory, I am.
Are you? Feel it.
In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory, I am. I am as God created me. In the light, in the love, in the glory. I am as God created me. In the light, in the love, in the glory.
It's okay to dance.
In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory, I am.
Woo!
In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory, I am. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory, I am.
How about we are?
In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory, we are.
Woo!
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It is so wonderful to see all of your beautiful faces. Also, a big good morning to all of those online right now. Okay, so we are Centers for Spiritual Living in partnership with Unity, and I am Reverend Michelle Ariano. And I am so grateful to be here today. I just love all of you. We get to hear our amazing Reverend Stepnanie do the talk today. We've already had a beautiful, divine, loving meditation from our practitioner, Kathy Green, who is holding space for us. What a gift you are. And then, of course, our musical, wonderful lights. Anton and Laura, who, I'm just going to kind of do what I want today because this is like my last time until I move. But I just want to say, the both of you put so much heart into every service. You bring your full selves. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So Reverend Kimberly is at our retreat for Centers for Spiritual Living in Banff, Colorado. Today's actually the last day. Canada. I said Colorado. That's next. Canada. Getting my C words mixed up. Yeah, in Canada. I just want to bring everybody to Colorado with me. And so we just send her and everybody there so much love. I heard it was just a beautiful, loving, incredible experience. It was like a hero's journey. And so I'm sure she's going to share about it when she comes back. And then for me, I'm presiding today and I'm the practitioner. This will be my last service. I move on Wednesday to Colorado Springs. And so I am grateful that I get to be with you today. I just want to soak you all in because you're all coming with me in spirit. And I love you all so very much. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I've been incredibly blessed to be a part of this community because I feel as I've been able to serve the community has served my heart and all of you because you are the community. You are CSL Rogue Valley. And I get to be a part of that magical energy, that tapestry of all the beautiful souls that make up this sweet community. And so you definitely go with me. And I feel divinely called for this move, very clear. I waited until I got crystal clear. And I shared about that in the talk. I got this full body yes. And so I know that Spirit's taking me every step of the way, just as Spirit is with each of you every step of the way. Okay, so on with the program. We are an inclusive, spiritual, progressive community. Wherever you're at in life, you belong here. This is where you're jamming with. We accept all paths to God, and we celebrate being in Spirit. We celebrate that Spirit moves in, through, and around us, and we get to create the world that we want to see. We get to be that energy. What a beautiful teaching that is. If you're here for the first time, if you don't mind raising your hand, if anybody's here, all right, wonderful, welcome, yay. If you haven't got a welcome packet yet, we'll make sure that we get one to you. Welcome. And all right, so if you could turn your cell phones off, and let's take a deep collective breath and just bring our full selves here, our full souls here. Allow the morning to just be released and allow this presence to be here. As we move into our contemplative time, hold your applause and allow the music and the prayer to move through you.
God is the love that I am. God is the love that I am. God is the love that I am. God's the love I am. God is the love that I am. God is the love that I am. God is the love that I am. God's the love I am. God is the love that I am. God is the love that I am. God is the love that I am. God's the love I am. God is the love that I am. God is the love that I am. God is the love that I am. God's the love I am. God is the love that I am. God is the love that I am. God is the love that I am. God's the love I am.
as we breathe that in, knowing that God is the love that I am, that we are. And in this space, in this moment, knowing that God is in, through, and around each one of us, the divine is ever so present. And allowing the divine to just be that love. No condition, no holding back, just that beautiful, beautiful divine love that is who we truly are. And in that loving space, just knowing that this service is already divine, right, and perfect. And what needs to be said is said, what needs to be heard is heard. And that there is joy and laughter and aha moments. And that Spirit speaks through Reverend Stepnanie and touches each one of us. And that love and that truth goes out into the world. And knowing that grace and ease and oneness and love is our spiritual birthright, and we are that right now. And in that knowingness, I give great, great, great thanks, knowing that it is done, whole, complete, and released, and together we say, and so it is, and so it is. Okay, so I have a reading for today from the Science of Mind magazine for the August issue on the Wings of Love. And it's from the article from Dr. Dennis Merritt Jones, Expanding Your Horizon is an Insight Job. There lies within each of us an explorer who yearns for higher ground, a vantage point from which to garner an expanded view of life and the boundless possibilities that come with thinking beyond what is known. When we were young, that explorer within continually sought new territory. Any toddler is proof of that. But over the years, the spirit of the inner explorer became domesticated, being taught, for your own good, never to venture too far outside the safety zone. The good news is it's never too late to reawaken the explorer within and expand our horizons. The question is, how do we make that leap? What is the first step? The answer may lie in reigniting a sense of awe and wonder we had about the universe when we were young. The first principle of living the universe is expansion. There's an impulse within each of us that is constantly pushing out, seeking to express and know more of itself through us. Ernest Holmes referred to this impulse as the divine urge. When we sense this divine nudge and we choose to give way to it, it lifts us to see new horizons, new possibilities we never before knew existed. The cosmos is within us. We are made of star stuff. We are a way for the universe to know itself. Carl Sagan. And so it is. And so it is.
So we decided today, before the talk, to repeat the new closing song that we did last week. And you don't need to stand, but if you'd like to sing along, we made sure the words are up there. And we're going to get fancy this time and do love the second time through. You just threw the chart on the ground. Anton was so enthralled by the reading that he forgot to get out his music sheets.
I thought we were doing Eddie now.
So again, you're welcome to sing along if you like. hold a little light inside you. We're sending Anton light right now. Let's just do this. Hold a little light inside you. Dream a little dream today. Carry it along beside you. Give a little light away. We hold a little light inside us. Let's dream a little dream today. We'll carry it along beside us. Let's give a little light away. A little or a lot, light is always what we've got. And my heart is free. 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 Light is calling me right out into the cosmos. Now we're going to do love. Hold a little love inside you. Dream a little dream today. Carry it along beside you. Give a little love away. We hold a little love inside us. Let's dream a little dream today. We'll carry it along beside us. Let's give a little love away. A little or a lot, love is always what we've got. Now bring it home. My heart is free. And my heart is free. And my heart is free. And my heart is free. Love is calling me. Love is calling me. Well, thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. So now I get the honor of introducing our speaker. It gives me great pleasure to welcome my colleague, Reverend Stepnanie Clarke, the irreverent Reverend, to the stage this morning. Most of you know Rev Stepnanie founded the first New Thought multiracial ministry in South Africa to heal the legacy of apartheid. And she might still be in South Africa today if she had not married Reverend Jim Hatton and moved to Medford. As many of you know, Reverend Stepnanie became a U.S. citizen, and we are delighted to welcome you to the United States, especially during this evolutionary time. Reverend Steph is an accomplished author, and you'll be able to get signed copies of her books after service. Please welcome this newly United States citizen, and just a light, and what a joy to have you just a part of this community and in this side of the country. Let's give it up for Reverend Stepnanie.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. I know you're wondering what's going on, so I'm going to tell you now. I got stung by a few hornets. Yeah, so it's painful, and my hand's very swollen and painful and sore. So I'm sitting with an ice pack, and the show must go on, right? So here we go. Yeah, but I've cleverly brought the hornet into my talk today. Can you hear me okay, by the way? Is the sound good? Yeah, great, okay. So, first of all, thank you to Reverend Kimberly for inviting me to speak, and thank you so much, Michelle, for saying yes to presiding. I'm so grateful you did that. We're talking about love's ascent today. And I'm talking about love not as an emotional sentiment, not as romantic attraction, but as a principle. It's a force. It's a vibratory frequency. Holmes talked about love. Ernest Holmes, the founder of our Science of Mind teaching, talked about love as the self-givingness of the spirit. Now, what does that mean? It means spirit's given itself fully, completely, unconditionally, as you, as me, as each of us, as everybody, everywhere. So when I first understood that concept, I've had a very strained relationship with my step siblings. And I said to the teacher when I first got that, oh, so my step siblings are also full of the self-givingness of the spirit, but they just haven't gotten conscious of that yet. That's all it is. We're full of spirit, but if we're not conscious of it, if we think that we're little humans, little separate humans, the self-givingness of the spirit and all the gifts that we're the heir and heiress of goes missing, is absent, is not there. So, are you up with me today are you setting the intention with me to quicken your vibratory frequency, to become more loving, to ascend in love, to be the place where love ascends? I don't know about you, but whenever I ascend the steps to this building and walk inside, I feel better. I feel more love. Can you put your hand up if that's the same experience? Well, nearly everybody in the room. So that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you start at the ground level, you take those steps up, and you go through the doors, or you come through the doors, and I'm in the rarefied atmosphere of the spirit now. I'm surrounded by friends. I'm surrounded by people who love me, who get me, who are eager to be of service to me as I am eager to be of service to them. You see, that's what love looks like. It looks like you and me here in this space where love is our intention. Love is what we're cultivating. And I want to acknowledge the unity, the people here who have their heritage in unity, because this is a unity building and has been for over 100 years. So the unity folk that came here before CSL arrived for the 100 years were creating this mental atmosphere of love. That's what you and I feel when we walk into the building. Any unity people here want to put your hand up? Started out with unity. Joy's there, Terry's there, yeah. So thank you. Thank you for the heritage that you brought with yourselves here to this building, to this place. You want to clap? Yeah, okay, go for it. Yeah. So, I want to share a 3-step process with you to ascend in love. So when we're on the ground floor, before we've taken that first step, I like to say that we're in our human reactive state. There's a part of the brain called the amygdala, it's at the back of the brain here, and that's where we fight or flee. That's where we have our human-animal reactions. And today's Sunday, so it's Friday evening. I discovered a new passion for gardening. I never gardened in my life, but suddenly I love gardening. I love cutting away all the old debris, and as I'm doing that, I'm affirming that I'm cutting away the mental debris and the emotional debris from my own consciousness. And we had an excavator on our property, and he discovered a hornet's nest. He took out the junipers, and then there was a hornet's nest. And he's a man who goes into anaphylactic shock, so he was staying well clear of the hornets. And I was doing my gardening, picking up the sticks, picking up all the debris on the earth. I forgot about the hornet's nest. And suddenly I felt this horrible sting in my wrist. I had gardening gloves on, but the hornets, I don't know how many, if one hornet stung me many times, or 3 hornets, a whole family of hornets, I don't know. But they stung me through my gloves. And I did not have a spiritual reaction. I ran screaming, forgetting that the hornets can fly far faster than I can run. So they followed me for a little way, and then they gave up the chase. But they'd already done their business and stung me a few times. So, and I'm not allowed to say this in church, but you know that I'm the irreverent reverend. So the word begins with B, and it usually means illegitimate. That's what I call the hornets. Those hornets are illegitimate, and they don't know their father. But I didn't say it in a long way like that. I said it in the short version, starting with B. So you and I are hornets when we're in our emotional reaction. That hornet was afraid of dying. That hornet, when that nest was discovered, that hornet thought that it was going to be squashed, killed, whatever. So it did what hornets do. It was true to its type. It stung to protect itself. How many of you sometimes sting to protect yourself? Yeah, you think, and you know, you and I aren't going to die. We're not going to die. But what it feels like death to be threatened, or it feels like death to be taken out of our comfort zone, or it feels like death to think that we're running the risk of being rejected, or that we're going to lose control of our life, our environment, the people around us. So that it feels like death, and we have the same reptilian reactions to the feeling or the expectation of some kind of damage or loss in our survival game. So the hornet was teaching me big lessons. The next step, so I'm still on the first step. So first step is you're in your human reaction and you become aware, oh, this is my human reaction. Here I am listening to the voice in my head as if it's truth. It's not. It's the voice in my head that's stuffed full of all the reactions, all the beliefs, all the old attitudes and opinions from my family, from my lineage, my heritage, my ancestors, my religious culture, my everything that's come through. Ernest Holmes talks about the race consciousness or the collective consciousness. We inherit all of that. And there's our own personal decisions that we make based on our education, our family upbringing. So that's the voice in my head that I'm listening to. But part of my survival game is to believe that that voice is right. So when I'm in the right-wrong game and I'm busy judging other people or even judging myself, then I'm in my human reaction. And if I can become aware of that, there's hope. Awareness is 50% of the healing as far as I'm concerned. So you become aware, oh, there's that old story going again. Oh, yeah, I recognize this. Maybe I don't know the entire truth of this story that I'm judging so harshly. So there's an opening. There's a bit of detachment from the voice, and I'm not fully identified with the voice in my head anymore. So then, step two, ask for help. Surrender and ask for help, because there is no hope in that human reactive state. There's no choice. There's no choice available. We are fully functioning from the past. And in order to have any kind of choice, we have to be here now. We have to be fully present here now. So I was driving home from the grocery store yesterday, and I noticed that this hand was really starting to swell up. It was itchy. It was really hot. And I thought, oh, I could pray about this. Took me a while. But so I started to pray, and I asked for a healing. And what's so cool is that what's so cool, here am I with play on words, I had ice packs in the cooler chest in my car, because I'd been grocery shopping, and I had a cooler chest with ice packs. So I got an ice pack out of the cooler chest. So I want you to get that I prayed for a healing, and the answer was already present. All I had to do was get it out of the cooler box. So I had the ice pack on my lap, and I was driving my car. It's a bit awkward, but anyway, I had some relief from the ice pack. I got home, and the gardener showed up. We weren't expecting him, but he showed up, and I said to him, I just got stung by hornets. And he said, oh, those illegitimate kids that don't know their own father. He used the same word as me. He said, I've been there, it really hurts, but he said you can mix a paste of bicarbonate and soda. So did you see how the answer was unfolding after the prayer? And asking for help, because I didn't know what to do. I didn't have enough knowledge or experience to know what to do. So the bicarbonate soda worked to a certain extent. And then, so that's step 2. So you surrender, you ask for help. And now we're going to move to step 3. So when you're in the amygdala, at the back of the brain, there's no hope. That's your human, reactive, reptilian state. What we want to do is move to the prefrontal cortex. And in the prefrontal cortex of the brain, you can see from a more, from an aerial view, like Reverend Michelle was reading about. You have an expanded horizon. You have greater perspective. You can see more. You can see not just from your own limited range of view, but you can see the whole thing. And you can choose. You can choose from that place. You can choose how you react. You're not in your, you can choose how you respond because you're not in your reactive state. So we're talking about the hornet in stage 1. All it knows to do is to sting when it's afraid. When you and I get to stage 3, we're horny for God. I want you to be horny for God. I want you to be horny to know that divine energy inside you. I want you to be full of desire to know what it's like to live from that rarefied atmosphere, that full holistic perspective. And I want to share a quick story about Reverend Michelle. We were at the practitioner retreat last year in October, and we had to do a group project. And I was in a group with Michelle, a couple of other people, some of them are here. And I don't remember what the intention of the project was, but we got to our little table, we had our paper in front of us, and in my true ADHD leadership style, I dived in with a genius solution. And Michelle said, does anyone else want to contribute? Does anyone else have any ideas? It wasn't, amazingly, all about me. It was about the group. And Michelle was able to hold the whole thing. She held the whole thing. So she asked people to participate. And when they gave their contribution, she honored it. She found the nugget in every contribution that was made. And she was able to marry the whole group, to have us all be functioning as a group, everyone with their own unique contribution that was a contribution to the whole, to the synergy of the group. Thank you, Michelle. Masterful how she did that. I learned so much from you, just watching you listen to everybody and grant everybody the dignity of their own understanding. It's beautiful. So I want to share a story about my immigration journey, because I had so many miracles, so many synchronicities, and it really is a good example of love's ascent. So I'm going to give you a bit of context and a bit of background. I'm getting really dry. Can I get some water? Thanks. Yeah, thank you. I've been taking antihistamines, and they they dry me out. So 1989, I came to California for the first time, and I came to study for the ministry. I was in South Africa, and I had a vision of a multiracial ministry in South Africa. Now, this was during the time of apartheid, and a multiracial ministry was not only impossible, it was also illegal. But that was my vision. I wanted blacks and whites to worship together under the same roof. Thank you so much. Thank you. You see how she is? She just serves. Wonderful. That's great, thank you. Lost my track, sorry. So I wanted to have a multiracial ministry, and I couldn't study in South Africa. I had to come to America. That's where the metaphysical schools were. So I showed up in September of '89 in California, and the job offer that I had received in order to get a green card fell through within the first couple of weeks. And I was in ministerial school in Arcadia in California, and I also decided to do my practitioner training in a Founders Church in Los Angeles. I wanted to be a practitioner. So for those of you who are new, a practitioner training is 2 years on top of an already 2 years of foundational training. And when you're a practitioner, then you're a spiritual counselor. You're a trained, licensed spiritual counselor. We've got Kathy here, and Morel recently graduated, and Carrie, also Michelle's sister in Texas. They graduated as practitioners recently. So I wanted to be a practitioner. I entered the first year, and I was in a class with black people and white people. That was amazing, coming from South Africa. And there was one particular African-American, is the more politically correct term. There was one African-American who I really admired. He was a deep dude, and he would challenge the white teacher. Now, coming from South Africa, it was like so weird. Not that it was wrong or bad, it was just so unfamiliar to me to witness a black person having confidence and self-esteem, because the colonists did a great job in South Africa and oppressed the blacks, and so they had no self-esteem. And I really liked this man, Michael. And I told the teacher that I had not got a visa to stay in America to do my ministerial training, and he did a prayer for me from the stage that the visa situation would get resolved. So Michael was there hearing that prayer. Later, I joined the Agape church in LA, and Michael did as well. So we would see each other at Agape, and we were friends, not close friends, but we were friends. 1999, I left Agape, and I went back to South Africa to start my ministry. And at that time, I thought, I'll never get back into America. It's never going to happen. And I just had to be at peace with that, because I didn't ever get the green card. I didn't ever get the visa. And in 2009, a friend of mine urged me to join Facebook. And at that point, I was able to make contact with all my friends from America. It was wonderful to have spiritual community again. And in 2017, so many years later, 2017, I noticed on Facebook that my friend Michael from Founders, the practitioner class at Founders, was in South Africa. So I contacted him and I said, hey, you must come and visit. I'm in Johannesburg, and you can come and see the church that I founded. And he said, oh, I'm so sorry, I'd love to come, but I'm on my way home. I'm just getting on a plane in a few minutes, but I'll come back next year, and I'll come and visit you next year. And true to his word, he came back, and he spoke at my church, and it was wonderful to have him there. Then he took me for lunch, and he said, you know, I left LA a long time ago, and I now live in Portland. And he said, if ever you're in America, ever you come to Portland, I have a one-bedroom flat, and I'd love to host you, and I have a beautiful view over the Columbia River. And I said, thank you very much, Michael. It's very nice of you. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. I'll never be in America again. But as he was saying that, I was visualizing being in his apartment on the balcony overlooking the Columbia River. So fast forward again, that was 2018 when he came to South Africa and when he invited me to come to Portland. 2019, I met my husband, Reverend Jim Hatton, in the Great Pyramid. And then I moved to Medford in 2020, right before COVID. In 2021, we sent off my green card application. January of 22, I got an invitation to come to Portland to give my fingerprints. So guess who I called when I knew I was on my way to Portland? None other than Michael. And so I got to Portland, and he, true to his word, he invited me to stay over in his flat, in his apartment. And the next day, he drove me to the immigration building so that I wouldn't get stressed out with the Portland traffic. Bless him, so kind. So did my fingerprints, went back to Medford, and then a few months later, May of 2025, Jim and I, my husband and I, were invited to come back to Portland for my immigration interview, my green card interview. So we contacted Michael and told him we were coming. We took him out to dinner. The next morning, he showed up at the hotel and he said, you just follow me to the immigration office and I'll show you where to park. So sweet. He just was a total service. Got the green card, thought I was safe. I thought I was safe with my green card. But then March of 2025, this year, I started reading horrible stories about ICE, abducting, detaining, deporting people who had visas, who had the legal right to be here, who had green cards, and I panicked. I went into hornet mode. I was so afraid. And I luckily, or fortunately, or the way the universe works, I was eligible to apply for citizenship. So I got going with my application in great haste, with great urgency, And then I called Michael and I told him I reached out for prayer because I was so scared. And he prayed with me over the phone. And then on my birthday, June 16th, I got the invitation from the immigration department to come to Portland for my citizenship interview. On your birthday, that's a pretty good gift. So got busy creating my 700 pages of documentation that I needed to provide to the immigration officer when I had my interview. And when Jim and I drove up there on the 22nd of July, and because of my fear, I had envisaged having Jim on one side of me and Michael on the other as I walked into the immigration building, because I knew the ICE vans would be circling around the building. And Michael, true to his word, he met us there outside the building, and it happened exactly as I visualized it. He was on one side, Jim was on the other. We walked in. There were, at that time, no ICE vans there. Unbeknownst to me, the night before, when Jim and I arrived, we were staying with a friend in Newburgh, and Michael had driven his car up and down that street praying to clear the space on the street. Isn't that beautiful? To know that it would be safe, that it would be fine, that there wouldn't be any problems. Such love, huh? Such love. So we, and in his meditation on the morning of the interview, he got that the whole thing would be over in 2 hours. And I said, well, maybe the interview, maybe the civics test, that could be over in 2 hours. But I said, my prayer is that I get invited back this afternoon to be sworn in, and then I'm a full-on citizen. That's my prayer. And he said, okay, I get it. So because he had prayed in the morning, and because he knew that there was a risk about ICE, he had packed his passport just in case he got approached by ICE, just in case he got into difficulties with ICE. So he had his passport, and he walked into the building with me, and the security officer was checking all our stuff, and he said to Michael, are you with her? And he said, yeah. And he said, can you show me your passport, please, and I can let you in if you want. Michael had his passport. Perfect. So he came up with us for a little while, and then he decided that he wanted to go back to his car and hold vigil. He held vigil the whole time I was in the waiting room, the whole time I was in my interview appointment. And then at about, it was about 12 o'clock, the interviewing officer, she's a wonderful lady, very, very sweet. She said to me, do you have any plans for this afternoon? And I said, no, we're going to go to dinner this evening with friends. And she said, so would it be okay to come back at 1:15 for your swearing-in ceremony? And I said, yeah, okay, I'll make it work. So then I contacted Michael, and I said, we've got an hour for lunch, and we'll meet you downstairs, and can you take us somewhere quick? We need to get lunch quickly. So we went downstairs. Michael was still sitting in his car. Behind him, there was an ICE van behind his car. A big white van, darkened windows, no license plates. That's how you know it's an ICE van. And we had lunch, came back for the swearing-in ceremony, and not only was Michael there in 1989 when the first prayer went out for a visa, he was there for the final thing, the swearing-in ceremony. You can't make this stuff up. It's amazing to me. And the cherry on top is Michael is a photographer. So he was taking photos of me while I was being sworn in. Just got a new camera. And what's interesting, so there was an ICE van parked behind him when we went down to go for lunch. When we came back, there were no ICE vans. When we came out of the swearing-in ceremony, there were no ICE vans. So I was protected the whole way, protected. And what I know now is that thanks to Michael's prayer, and not only Michael, I reached out to the practitioner corps here, reached out to Reverend Kimberly, I reached out to lots of people for prayer. I was buoyed up on the wings of prayer, totally. And the whole experience was just surreal. And I realize now, even if there had been an ICE van there, I was vibrating far too fast to be a victim of that, because I was so held up in prayer. So I'm going to complete. I know I've talked a long time. Thank you for listening to that story, and I just want to wrap it up now. So step number 1, you become aware that you're in your human reaction pattern. You become aware that you're being a hornet, all right? That you're stinging, that you're either fighting or you're fleeing. And then number 2, you ask for help because you know that humanly there's no power. There's no power to help yourself humanly. You have to ask for help from a power greater than yourself. Step 3, you step into the now. You step into choice. You step into the capacity to have the whole aerial view, the whole holistic view of things, and you can choose to be love. You can choose to be horny for God. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks, Valentina. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm still going to pray. So, just get some water here. Okay, let's pray. Please join me in prayer. So just turning aside now from everything that we've been experiencing this day, turning aside from everything that we might have come into this building with, and moving our attention fully and completely to Spirit, ascending in love to Spirit, ascending, quickening our vibration, becoming aware of who we truly are, divine emanations of the Most High God, Goddess. That powerful Spirit that is everywhere present. It is the peace, the love, the joy. It is the omnipotence, the omniscience. It is the omnipresence. It is the all-knowing mind of God. It knows everything as me. It knows everything as each one here. We're joined in consciousness, connected for all time. We are spiritual brothers and sisters moving forward together on the same spiritual journey of cosmic consciousness. And I speak my word for this beloved community, CSL Rogue Valley, knowing that each one here is being lifted up right now. Each one here is living, moving, having their being on the wings of love. Declaring that each one here is a wide awake consciousness, fully alive, awake, and aware, and available for the Spirit, available to be used as an instrument, as a servant, as a selfless servant, willing to give, willing to share, willing to contribute, willing to bring forth all of that which has been given by the power which made us out of itself. And I'm declaring that wherever there is any appearance of loss or lack or deficit, knowing that the spirit of abundance is everywhere present here. There is no scarcity in the Spirit. In the fullness of the One, all there is an abundant, inexhaustible flow. I am that. We are that. And wherever there is an appearance of conflict or discord or hurt or upset, knowing that the divine love, the harmony, the power of the Spirit is everywhere present in all of these relationships, including the relationship with ourselves. Knowing that the power of the Spirit is the power that goes ahead to prepare the way. It is love in action in every aspect of our minds, bodies, and bodies of affairs. And wherever there appears to be any sense of suffering or pain or illness or disease or sickness, knowing right now that the spirit of wholeness is the only truth of being. It is present within every single cell. It is the intelligence that heals every single cell. It knows what to do. The intelligence knows how to heal. It knows how to repair, to mend. It knows how to reveal itself fully and completely. So I give thanks for all this that has been spoken, for the word of truth that has now gone forth as law in the universe. I give thanks for the power of the Spirit that is upon each of us here, that guides, directs, and moves us forward in the direction of our greatest good. I release the word now into law. I know the work is done. I let it be, and so it is. Amen. Thank you.
Here we all are, gathered together in this place. Why are we here?
What is our purpose? What is His will? How do we know what's true and what's real? We may not know where life's road will lead, but it doesn't matter long as we believe that love is the answer. Love is the answer. Love is the answer
To whatever the
question may be.
What's going on in this world today? Where do we fit? What can we do?
To make a difference, what can we say? Where do we go? This way or that way?
If we always
And truly believe
and love one another,
we can let the world see
that love is the answer. Love is the answer. Love is the answer to whatever the question
may be. We may not know where life's road will lead, but it doesn't matter long as we believe that love is the answer. Love is the answer. Love is the answer
to whatever
the question may be.
Sometimes it's just so sweet, you just want to sit with the music for a bit, you know? You could feel that. That was beautiful. Well, thank you, Reverend Stepnanie, for showing up with your owie and really delivering just a divine talk. And what an example of faith and clarity around the beauty of prayer and knowing and leaning into God. So thank you. Let's give her another round of applause. Thank you. Okay, this is our time of giving. So those of you that are online, you'll see a link on there that you can give. And those of you that are here, just knowing that this generosity overflows to this center, to this community. You are the heart that makes it all happen. And so if you'd like to say with me, graciously I give from a place of love, knowing that as I give, so do I richly receive.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so
Blessed, all that I am. I am
so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I am. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so
blessed. We are so.
We are so blessed. We are so blessed. We are so grateful for all that we have. We are so blessed. We are so blessed. We are so grateful. We are so blessed. We are so grateful. We are so blessed.
Beautiful. That's one of my faves. Okay, so it is time for announcements. Practitioner meets today after service at 12:15 here in the sanctuary. On Tuesday, we have Tai Chi at 10 and poetry as a spiritual practice at 11. On Sunday, August 17th at 9 a.m., there will be coffee and kitchen orientation. See Terry Mershon for more information. Anyone interested in helping to teach our young ones is invited to training on Saturday, August 23rd. Please sign up in Bosworth Hall. From 10:30 to noon, Reverend Laura Stewart and Kathy Green will be facilitating a youth leadership training session open to anyone interested in helping to teach our children in the fall. They will be introducing a new curriculum that Kathy Green, yay Kathy, has been working on for our littles, middles, and tweens and teens. The materials are based on various spiritual practices that we all practice in our own lives and long to share with our youth and families. You would be volunteering no more than once a month. Also, on Saturday, the 23rd of August, a Hawaiian luau pool party and potluck with entertainment from the CSL Rogue Valley hula dancers. Woo, woo, woo. Too bad I won't be here for that. Starting at 4 p.m. at the home of Rev Steph and her beloved husband, Jim Hatton. Space is limited to 40 people. Please sign up in the Bosworth Hall and indicate what kind of potluck dish you'd like to bring. We are looking for volunteers for upcoming pet blessing on Saturday, September 20th at Terville Park. Please sign up in Bosworth Hall. I believe Karen Jordan would like to make an announcement about poetry. Karen, if you'd like to come up. And then also, please see our weekly e-newsletter for all our regular weekday meetings, including Tai Chi, poetry, and poetry as a spiritual practice on Tuesday mornings. For those of you who do not get our weekly e-newsletter, there is always a printed copy of a current week available at the Information Center in Bosworth Hall. And it looks like Corey's got a mic for you, Karen. All right, thank you, Corey.
Good morning, everyone. We've hit the first year anniversary of the poetry group, and we're going ahead in great joy. Starting this Tuesday, we will not be here. We're going to take a sabbatical and a spiritual journey to Bandon to see and to walk the labyrinth as a way of starting our second year. Let me invite all of you to join us Tuesday week for a delightful experience. It's not just reading poetry, it's reading yourself, reading your spiritual connections, and encouraging yourself to be creative with words. Please come. We'd love to have you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Karen. Okay, the prayer box is in the back of the sanctuary for CSL and Unity, and you will find prayer request forms in the racks underneath our purple chairs in the sanctuary. Join us after service in Bosworth Hall for refreshments and fellowships. And I'd like to invite the practitioners up as we move into closing. Excuse me. And one of the things, and I said this when I was here before, these are amazing, trained prayer practitioners. And so if there is anything on your heart, they do a 5-minute miracle after service, and they can sit down with you. The mere fact of asking for prayer, you're already moving into solution. So I highly, highly, highly recommend it. And there is a beautiful body of practitioners here. So I feel blessed to be with all of you here today. Thank you for bringing your beautiful, bright, amazing, beautiful selves. And I get to say the closing, so here we go. Just knowing that Spirit is in, through, and around every single one of us. And as we are so blessed, we move into this day seeing those beautiful blessings and being that blessing, and knowing that the divine ascent is who we are as spiritual beings. And we step and walk and know in that space with joy, heartfelt gratitude, and aliveness for all that is and all that will be, knowing that it is good, it is God, and together we say, and so it is, and so it is.
We ready? A quick announcement. In 2 weeks, there's going to be an amazing concert here. Didn't make it into the announcements. It's Alyssa and Mitchell, who will be the music and a concert right after the service at noon in 2 weeks, the 23rd of August. 24th. Are we going to circle up or be in place?
There's not enough room for just a circle, so everybody be where you need to be.
I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright.
You are a light.
You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright.
We are a light.
We are a light, we are a light, we are a light in this world. We are a light, we are a light, we are a light in this world. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. We shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright, and we shine,
and we shine,
and we shine,
and we shine,
and we shine so
bright.
We shine,
We shine,
we shine,
we shine,
we shine.